Good morning again, and thank you all for coming. I know a couple of you gotten here since I said that the first time. We'd like to begin with a reading from the book of Corinthians. Love is patient, love is kind, love is not envious, or boastful, or arrogant, or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. You may be seated. And now I'd like to say a couple of words, and I'm in sort of a unique position to do that, in part because they asked me to. But the other part of that is that I've been expecting this for a long time. I kind of predicted. I knew this would happen from the time I was about 14 years old, because I knew Brian back then. And I didn't have all the details, but I knew he'd be standing there and I'd be standing here. Over the years, I kind of put together who all would be standing over there. I knew you have a pretty girl with you, but I didn't know her name or anything like that. And it feels great to be here. I love the fact that I'm able to be here and do this and just be part of it. And I saw Emily was tearing up as she was, and it made me tear up a little bit while she was coming down the aisle. But to say that I knew that it was going to happen, or that I expected this to happen in basically this way, isn't to say that it was inevitable at all. This didn't have to be this way. There are a lot of very improbable circumstances that led to this day, and to this moment, and to this celebration. A lot could have happened, and this couple didn't have to meet. They didn't have to fall in love, but we're here first and foremost because two people did fall in love and decided to make a commitment to one another. And but it's amazing how things work out. This didn't have to be. Brian originally grew up in Missouri, and if he had stayed here, then he and Emily never would have met, never would have gotten to know each other and fallen in love, and brought us here together to unite these two families like this. And then it goes back to the next generation. Emily's parents met in college, and if they had chosen different places to go to school, she could have never been. There's a great distance between West Virginia and Kentucky, and so Brian's parents, it's improbable that they would meet and fall in love and raise children together themselves, but they did. Emily's grandfather could have gotten sick and not gone to the party where he met her grandmother. And so there's this whole beautiful chain of events that stretches back to the beginning of human history, of people meeting and falling in love and deciding to care for one another and raise children together. And that in and of itself is pretty improbable if you think about humanity and our normal tendency to be selfish. The fact that each successive generation chooses to live together with one another, to care for each other, and not only to create children who can grow up and continue that, but also to create families and homes, safe places where people feel accepted and are free to accept one another, and to love and care for one another, and to sublimate their needs to the needs of another. And to me, that seems pretty miraculous. And I look around and I see it seems like that miracle extends not just to human beings, but to the entire beautiful spectrum of this little thin green of life that clings to this marble ball that's splashed by the sun and just hurtling through space at improbable speeds. And so I think that one of the reasons that we expect this is just that we hope for it. We hope that each new generation of people will find someone that they can love for their life, and unite with, and raise children together, and carry on into the next generation this beauty that we've been blessed to experience ourselves. And we gather today to celebrate because it continues to happen all the time, because two people fell in love and Brian and Emily fell in love, and their love, in that we see reflected the wonders of the universe and the beauty of human relationships, and the hope that that will continue on. And now we would like to do a short sand ceremony, and Brian and Emily will combine sand to symbolize the uniting of their lives, their family, and their friends. And just as the individual grains of sand could never be separated and returned to their owners, so the bond of this marriage can never be broken.
Love is not proud, love does not boast. Love, after all, matters the most. Love does not run, love does not hide, love does not keep locked inside. Love is the river that flows through. Love never fails you. Love will sustain. Love will provide. Love will not cease at the end of time. Love will protect. Love always hopes, and love still believes when you don't. Love is the arms that are holding you. Love never fails you. When I can't turn back around, when the sky is falling down, nothing is greater than this, greater than this. 'Cause love is right here, love is alive. Love is the way, the truth, the life. Love is the river that flows through. Love is the arms that are holding you. And love is a place you will fly to. Love never fails you.
Come to the part of the ceremony where the couple will exchange vows. So Brian, repeat after me. I, Brian, take you, Emily, to be my wife, to have and to hold, to love and to cherish. From this day forward, I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health. I promise to love and to honor you all the days of my life. Now, Emily, please repeat after me. I, Emily, take you, Brian,
I, Emily, take you, Brian,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
to love and to cherish.
to love and to cherish,
From this day forward,
from this day forward.
I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad,
I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad,
for better or worse,
for better or worse,
for richer or poorer,
for richer or poorer,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I promise to love and honor you all the days of my life.
I promise to love and honor you all the days of my life.
And you have rings to exchange as a sign of your commitment. We're working it out.
Yes,
Okay. Emily, do you take Brian to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
And then repeat after me with this ring.
This ring,
I thee wed. And Brian, you take Emily to be your lawfully wedded wife. Then repeat after me with this ring. I thee wed. Then by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present to you for the first time as a married couple, Brian and Emily Carter.